Yeah, you know when you wake up at some dark, dingy basement and you're chained up and you see that shit on TV, you know you're fucked. Saw. The franchise tagline goes, if it's Halloween, it must be Saw. So to continue my Halloween movie reviews that I'm doing for you guys, let's jump into the Saw franchise. Saw franchise, I believe, started in 2002, went all the way to 2008. I remember watching every Saw movie as they came out every Halloween, because that's what me and my mom did. We loved the Saw franchise. Saw, one of the movies I gotta say, is what started the torture porn kind of in horror movies, you know? We haven't seen no movie in which a guy could take other people and just kind of put them in these crazy death trap, life-death situations and just be like, make it so over the top and unique and grotesque. But Saw did it, took it to school every time. Now I will say there is some good and some bad to go with the Saw movie, because the Saw franchise went from 1 all the way to 7. I think we're getting an 8 sometime soon. There's a long story to go with Saw. There's a long story, so I'm gonna kind of do this plot the best way I can for you guys. So here's the entire Saw plot. Pretty much we have John Kramer. You know, he's an old dude. He's cool old dude. You know, he's kind of evil a little bit, but he's like too cool to be evil, you know. Him and his wife Jill, you know, they had a baby together. You know, everything was gonna be all right and everything until John realized that he has cancer. And then girl comes, Amanda, ends up through a series of uncircumcised events, ends up getting rid of John's baby, but John doesn't know it. John loses the baby, you know, he starts going into depression. He's like, oh, life's not worth living and everything. So he tried to kill himself, tried to do it, but he actually lived the situation. And then he got, reborn. Then he realized that if I put people through tests, I could see if they have what it takes to survive, you know, see if they have that survival instinct that they're missing. He decides to recruit Amanda, and then he decides to recruit Hoffman, and then he decides to recruit Dr. Gordon that you didn't find out till later. It was just a whole bunch of and from there he just goes on getting different type of victims. It's a whole web of stories and just plots and subplots. I couldn't go through the whole thing. You really have to watch every Saw movie to really get it all. I don't know if you got time for that, but you really have to watch all of it. I would say in the franchise, always that one movie that kind of sums it all up to kind of get you right back. So I'm gonna say it's Saw 7. I think Saw 7 will pretty much get you the gist of everything. Talk about the acting in the movie. The acting in the movie is just, it's a horror movie. You know, horror movies don't really have great over-the-top Oscar-worthy actors in it, but John Kramer, he was good for the sake of being creepy, you know. Now, there's that voice. I remember a dialogue he was having with somebody who was just like, do you like how brutality feels, Hoffman? What do I want? I want to play a game. I want to see if you got what it takes to survive. And killing is distasteful to me. Well, I was testing you. Live or die. Make your choice. Anyways, he's got a lot of lies. I think he is, even though he got killed off in Saw 3, I believe, he is like still the star of this entire franchise. Now I know what you guys want to all hear about. What you got to hear about. What is the real star of these entire Saw movies are the traps. Now let's go through some of the best, worst, good traps in the Saw franchise. First, we got the first iconic trap was the head trap. I believe in that trap, Amanda had to pretty much get the key out of her dead cellmate stomach and just like, you know, undoing the shit for the timer went off, but just ripped her mouth open. What happens if you lose? Yeah, I don't want my head in that. I remember another trap was, I think this trap was in Saw 7, I believe. This was the weirdest trap. This Saw 7, this trap was different because it was actually set in public. The traps got more elaborate as the movie went on. I'll say that they got better with each movie, kinda. But in some movies, just like, oh, that trap was just, they didn't show the trap. They were just like, oh, that's just, they're just in a pit, and that's it. Yeah, I can't think of what my favorite trap is, because there's so many. I think the most brutal one is the one in Saw 3. I think there was the rap one. It had the black dude in it, and his arm was just twisting, and his leg was twisting. What made it so brutal was it was showing his bones cracking and shit until his neck just, yeah, that was the most brutal one. Some of the traps are pretty much easy. Like, traps that involve other people, I would just think to myself, like, it involves someone else. Kill that person, and get out of this shit. A lot of traps in this movie. I remember, there's so many that I can't even think of them all off top. But if you know what your favorite trap is, please comment below, let me know. We'll just talk about it and everything. And all these Saw movies are just intertwining, and the way they end, it's just, they always end off where it's like, I gotta see the next movie. I mean, so the Saw franchise isn't bad, but what the bad part is kind of, it is so long-winded, the story is so convoluted that you really do have to be a fan of the franchise to really follow all this shit. So the Saw franchise, I gotta say, is one of my favorite horror movies of the early decades, you know, the early 2000s, everything. It came out, it was when it started torture porn and everything. Good villain, John Kramer. I feel like he is, if he was ever like evil old Riddler, that would be something. I think so far, I remember those traps that were in Arkham City and shit. I think that John Kramer came up with some of those traps. I'm just saying. So in the end, as a whole, as an entire whole, I will say that the Saw franchise is a good time a few times. You might not want to own them, but they are a good time a few times you watch them. On to the Saw franchise. What's your favorite Saw? What's your favorite Saw trap? Whatever it is, comment below. Let me know. And like to see here and you want to see more, please click right here to see more.
Live or die. Make your choice.
Bang!